Hi, this is the S.O.L. Gamers, and
Oh shit, we're talking now.
yes, we are.
Oh, well, okay.
um, this is gonna be our 1 year retrospect.
Gonna be, it
Tomorrow will be
is
our
our 1 year.
tomorrow will be our 1 year anniversary for this
We're
channel.
we're 1 years old now. We can wear baby booties.
Yes.
That just sounded interesting.
Or I could cut my feet off and not have to do that because that sounds like a much better option.
I will make you wear the booties.
Would rather die. 10 out of 10.
Well, we lost ourselves a commentator.
Not,
Okay then.
So,
What are we doing?
we're just gonna babble on like we usually do in our recording sessions.
I think we're supposed to talk about things. Wait. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Question is null. So, you know, things. We're supposed to talk
Guess we
about
can.
retrospect and stuff.
Yeah, we can start by with the obvious question. Um, did we expect to get this far in terms of our commentary? Career.
They act like somebody was gonna buy us out or something, or like our world was gonna blow up before then.
Bias
Well, I
out?
mean,
He's gonna.
well, we've had our, you know, disputes in our past commentaries. I'm looking
Uh-huh.
at Dusty and
Me.
Legion Tale.
Oh, come on, that was fun. And
I
It
think
was
he means the comment I made.
No, but it was only fun when you drew that picture.
which
And the
is
fact.
actually why Dust is my favorite playthrough. Because as far as I'm concerned, that was the best because that was the only game that resulted in a picture that was not the cover.
Uh-huh.
So as far as I'm concerned, that's the level, and none of the others have quite reached that point yet.
Well, Evan just came
Because
out
it
of the
was
blue.
just so perfect.
Evan just came out of the blue and was like, hey, there's enough of me for everyone.
Yeah, stop that
Ladies,
dispute
there's
right
plenty
then
to
and
go
there.
around.
Yep.
But that was just so perfect. I just thought that was the best thing ever. And well, the people who follow our Facebook channel have seen the art, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started our commentary first with Kirby Superstar as the 200 subscriber special for my channel. That's been shifted over to the S.O.L. Gamers channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we all met over a thing of Super Meat Boy, if memory serves.
Yep. Our first meeting was Super Meat Boy. Of course,
I get it.
Evan had to leave.
It was the first time I met everybody.
Yeah. Well. And then, of course...
yeah, that was my first time meeting Evan and Kits, definitely.
Yeah.
I knew. How long was it? What was it, Gary? Like 6 months before you introduced me to them?
Yep. Somewhere around 6 months. And then I've only known Kits for at least a good couple of months. Like, since... It was like around Halloween time in 2013,
12?
was it?
Oh, I think it
Yeah, I
was
think it was
12 actually.
2013. Then, of course, known Evan for like 6 years now.
Yeah. Something like that.
Then, of course, we've had experience of, post commentary with Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic CD for my channel.
Yes.
Yeah, got the picture. But, I don't know. Um, what are your overall thoughts about this group as a whole? I guess we'll start with Evan.
Um,
But on the
I
spot.
don't. What? I mean, I guess. I mean, it's been enjoyable. Aside from falling asleep that one time. Yeah, that
Well, frankly,
was.
I don't blame you. Duke Nukem is such a boring game.
Yeah, there were times when just not a lot happened.
Yeah, I think that's one of our problems with recording over
Well,
previously recorded
I mean, it's
gameplay.
not that. I mean, just like the game was just boring. Even if we had recorded while it was being played, still would have been boring.
Like,
Would not really have changed it too much.
Yeah, and I think honestly, now that we've
we can all.
figured out our how long of a segment that we can keep going for, that way we don't remain on our chairs with our eyes drooping and stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
it wasn't that. It was like I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
moved around.
yeah.
It was just
It was
boring.
just the stupid game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, you
Sorry,
can't.
Gary. We know how much you were. We know how much you suffered to give us that, but
No, I mean, no. Like, what I generally mean is that you can't deny the fact that there's been times during our segments of other games that we've gotten droopy eyed and a little slurring of our words. And
Eh, that
we're
could also be
improving
trying
on
to come
that.
up with something on the spot.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what about you, Kits? What do you think of this group as a whole?
Um, honestly, I didn't expect us to get as far as we did when I first suggested the idea that we could do a commentary group.
Yeah.
I mean, we were, what? You, as far as I knew, were the only one that had uploaded games to the YouTube. I mean, Dust was my first game I ever uploaded to YouTube.
it was the same with me with a Splatterhouse too. I think that half the fun I think is actually all of us kind of coming out like this.
Yeah.
That we're all doing something kind of a little outside of our typical comfort zone. I mean, I've posted videos on YouTube before, but nothing like the commentaries we've been doing now.
I mean, I'm not too much of a stranger to doing commentary and stuff.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's definitely new for me. I've been wanting to, but I didn't know what to get. And with the help of Gary, I managed to get my hands on a Dazzle and set up.
Yeah, true. I know what you mean.
I mean, it's fun as all hell, especially when we're taking the mickey out of each other for our mistakes.
Yeah.
Those damn spikes or thorn bushes in the graveyard of dust
Or
come to mind.
or taking a pot shot from the easiest boss ever from Kirby Superstar.
Oh right, you died in Kirby. I forgot about that.
Several times.
I didn't necessarily
Yeah.
die at Waddle Dee, mind you.
You still let Waddle Dee smack you. That's embarrassing.
Meh, it's all about positioning and hitboxes, what now?
Um, but yeah, prior of us being a commentary group, I've recorded gameplay stuff for my channel since 2011, so I've been going at it for almost 4 years. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, it has been over 4 years, so.
Yep.
And then, of course, like I said before, I, you know, got Evan involved into some post commentary stuff, and then he eventually, last April, visited me and we got together to record some few things of our channel.
Yeah, I remember his reaction. It was too damn cold in Alamosa.
He literally stood out there, and by the time I reached, it was like, why the hell am I out here?
Yep.
I think my favorite moment was when we decided to just sit down and record Mortal Kombat, and Evan's just sitting there like,
Oh
what the
god,
fuck
you
am I
guys
doing?
suck so much. Like,
Yeah.
literally the worst. You gave me no fucking, like, time frame or window or whatever. I got no practice. hadn't touched a fucking PS4 in ages.
3.
PS2 or PS3 or whatever. Like, couldn't even fucking look at the skills half time. And proceeded to just get, like, my ass beat. And then we move on to friggin' Smash Brawl. And it's like, oh, well, no practice again. Haven't played this game in, like, 3 years. And
Sorry,
I won
Will.
by using the most overpowered character there was. Once. So.
Yeah, you have to admit, we were mostly screwing around.
Yeah, but, like, I didn't even know enough, like, to, like, join in, pretty much. It's just like, I'm here to be the punching bag. Please do not mind me. I'm only here to take punches. Whack, whack,
Next time I'll
whack,
let you have some
whack.
practice.
Yeah. The next time, I do want to apologize for that, Evan.
It's all good.
So Claire answered the question halfway, but what do you think of this group as a whole?
Well, frankly, I really am surprised we made it this far. I thought, like, 3 months ago, we were all just kind of gonna get too busy with our real lives, as they are, and just kind of have to let this fall by the wayside.
Son,
Which
this
would-
is my real life.
Well, that was just my mindset because this is the furthest any group project I've been involved in has ever gotten. So I'm actually pretty pleased with this.
Hmm.
There are things
Yeah,
we could
and
be
you-
doing better, but hey, we'll get there.
Yep.
There's always some room for improvement.
Well, I think the best that we got is probably adding our 5th member of the S.O.L. Gamers.
Well, yeah, Ryan, who, like, isn't here right now.
Yeah.
Hey, he chose
Well,
not to be.
He'll
Yeah.
be here for the
Oh,
next
okay.
year's.
Yeah. We did ask him.
Okay.
He said it is our, time to shine, so we'll just go on without him and that he'll be
Wait, we're
involved in
supposed to...
next
Fuck.
year. Huh?
I didn't know we were supposed to shine. I didn't bring glitter, or, like, glow sticks or anything.
I've got a
Woefully
spell that
unprepared,
can make
man.
you glow.
Well, I mean, like, that's not me glowing. That's a spell.
I don't know. With a little work, I can make it a permanent glow spell.
Why would you
I
want to?
mean,
Why would you want to be permanently glowing? That's just
Yeah,
like
that's
moth
the thing.
attraction.
for
Unless
life.
you're into that kind of thing.
Imagine
No,
having-
no. Not
Hey,
small
it comes
to
in
my
handy when I
basement.
need a light source in a tunnel. I just cast it on a rock, and I got a light source.
Yeah, but I mean, not so great when you are thing. Like, you don't want to be getting thrown down that tunnel. Like, the rock, sure. You, not so much.
I don't know if you're a gnome, it works.
Well, that's because gnomes deserve to be punted and thrown. Except gnomes in D&D. Those guys are okay. Gnomes and everything else, yeah.
Speaking of which, me, Evan, and Kits here just recently got started with Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay. That we did.
I like to say that things are going a bit smooth.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we got the first session done, so we'll see if when there's another.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be. But I guess I'll start stating what my favorite playthrough for the channel is. We've only covered like what, a total of 12 games total, 14, somewhere around there. We're actually getting into our 15th game that's ongoing right now, which is Shantae Risky's Revenge.
Shantae!
Yeah.
Still upset that Thousand Year Door is lost for now.
You'll get it back, don't worry. And if worst comes to worst.
Yeah. I mean, we got a backup plan, and that's pretty much, that's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'd have to say that the favorite playthrough that we've commentated over, I'd have to say that I actually enjoyed Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
It was
You know.
definitely an interesting storyline.
And let's think, there's three
Well,
more
I mean-
games left in the series.
Happens to be where Evan was questioning Sly's motives, just like, did he just fucking destroy a chimney?
I mean,
Right off the bat.
like, hey, this innocent person's chimney, I should just potentially kill their family. Sounds like a great idea. Ah, I got money out of it. I get paid to kill families. Sweet. Alright, man, like, whatever gets your whole, like, adventuring spirit going, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till the Paradox is at Game 4. That's when things get weird.
Oh, goodness. Now, personally, from my end, what my favorite playthrough is that I've done for the channel, actually, I still have to say that I enjoyed the Super Mario World playthrough that I've recorded for the channel.
It was pretty
It's only
fab, yeah.
because it's Super Mario World. Why? What's
At
not
least
to
you didn't
like
call me
about
Moonlight
it?
Kitsune in that one.
It's okay. We know it's your favorite game.
I
So
mean,
given his screen name, I would have thought it would have been a Sonic the Hedgehog game that would be his favorite game of all time.
well,
have
we haven't.
Have we even played through one on this channel? I don't think we
No,
have.
we
No.
haven't.
No.
We will soon, though. We will soon.
Of course we will.
It's only a matter of time.
You know what they say.
The more, the merrier.
Yeah. Piss off.
Or, what's worse is, get a load of this, Evan. Get a load of this!
And I'm over here with my fingers to my temple going, really?
Now, if I have to be honest on what my least favorite game is that we've done for this channel, oddly enough, I've given it enough thought, but oddly enough, it's not Duke Nukem Forever.
What?
Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. Duke Nukem Forever might have been a bad game. Hell, it still is. But
Might.
Might have been.
but it was tolerable to play through. At least, to me.
Okay.
The game that, been thinking over this, and I have to be honest, And, you know, again, it may be because I haven't picked up the game for myself to play it yet, to try it out. I don't have the funds to. But, I mean, still stands to me anyway. And everyone has their own opinions. That,
Get on
Draw
with
it
it.
out more.
to be honest, I found Splatterhouse to be a little bit on the
Yeah, I
boring
saw
side.
that coming a mile off. But from
But I
how
mean,
long you were freaking delaying it,
I was hoping you would not, you know, get ready
look,
to. I was trying. I
I
was trying
don't
to
blame
serenade
you.
you. I was
I
trying to
don't
serenade
blame you
you.
if you don't like it.
Well, look,
It's
look.
definitely not everybody's thing.
Well, I
But
mean,
the thing I ask is just that you try it before you say
yeah.
for certain.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to give my full judgment of the game until I actually play it for myself. But from what I saw, it was meh.
I'll admit, watching it afterwards is not the most exciting experience. I got tired of it real fast too, but I played it. I love the game. It is a stress relief for me. It is my favorite game.
I just feel like there are a lot better games that do exactly what it did, that better.
God of War.
Like
I'm looking at you.
God of War, Warframe,
I got it for
even,
$10 over at Hastings.
I mean,
To be fair, that's a pretty good deal.
yeah, but I mean, I could pick up Assassin's Creed 2 for like $5 right now. I could pick up the entire Mass Effect trilogy for like $20, $30. Like, the game's old. That kind of contributes to it.
Everyone has their favorites in terms of games
Mass Effect.
that haven't dated too well. And to me,
What's the game that's... No, speaking of dated, I'm trying to remember of a game that I really liked that didn't age too well at all. Because I looked at it recently and I was like, dang, like this thing is just sold!
Mega Man?
No, oh god, no. Mega Man is like, that is a game that doesn't really date. I mean, it's too simple to really date. The graphics may date, but I mean, sprite work. That would be like saying that Shovel Knight dated because...
I was just throwing out a suggestion.
Yeah, I know. But, I'm actually trying to think of it. I can't remember. It was something for Nintendo 64, and I can't remember what it was.
maybe describing it a bit will maybe jog
I don't
your
think
memory.
that'll help much.
Oh, you know what hasn't dated well? The original Mario Kart 64.
Yep,
That has not
Yeah.
dated well at all.
I can agree.
Like, you can, I mean, the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube were only one generation apart, and Double Dash alone was probably the superior of the two in every way. It has nothing to do with the multiple characters, like all the carts or whatever. What it has to do with it is just the fact that, like, the driving in 64 is so bad. Like, it's so awful compared to Double Dash. Like, Double Dash is, like, miles smoother, and everything in 64 is just so jerky. Like, I mean,
no,
what did
Yeah.
they released, like, Mario Kart Super Circuit or something for, the Game Boy Advance, I remember.
yeah.
And even that, because I had that for Game Boy Advance shortly after Double Dash came out, or when Double Dash came out, I can't remember. And it was just like, my God, the differences between them were just ridiculous.
Yeah. In my opinion, for games that have not aged well, and all the Gen 1ers are going to kill me. But the original Pokemon generation.
Yeah,
Are you
Red and
serious?
dude,
Really?
Red and Blue have not aged well at all.
No.
Like,
And before anybody gets mad at me, I'm saying now, I love the games. If I could, I'd pick them up and play them again.
yeah,
But when
I
I
mean,
compare them to, say, X and Y, good God.
Even Ruby, man, like even Ruby and Sapphire, like those were pretty good. Even Gold, like to me, Gold and Silver is about as far as back you're gonna get without things getting too like just eh. But I mean,
Are we talking as far as the game goes, or because basically the games are all the same? It's just the way they're formatted.
no. There are a lot of inherent flaws, essentially, in the first ones that you don't really notice until the later games. Most
Well,
of
if you
all
Example.
then if you don't notice them, are they really a flaw?
yes, it's a flaw.
Well, I'm
Just
just
because
trying.
you don't realize it until you have something to compare it to does not mean that it's not a flaw.
Well,
It just means like
I'm just asking this for my clarification. Cause,
yeah, like let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Ghosts and goblins. Yeah, I went there. Ghosts and goblins was like the only thing you had back in the day, like for NES and shit. It was and still is an absolutely like traumatizing game to play because of how asinine some of the things are. Would you have truly believed it to be as asinine as we do now at the time? No, because it was all you had. You didn't have anything to compare it to. You didn't know what game design really could be until later down the road. But once people were realizing what game design could be, when more examples started coming out, all of a sudden it was like, my god, why would you do this to yourself? And I believe they did end up redoing Ghosts and Goblins. Actually, the rehash of it is more impressive and generally much more well received than the original.
Yeah, Super Nintendo
Because,
1, if I recall.
yeah, yeah. The original Ghosts and Goblins had situations in it that if you had like you could only have one weapon at a time, basically, like either a cross or holy water, or whatever it was, or a sword or something. And certain bosses of certain levels were basically almost nigh undefeatable unless you had the weapon they were weak to. But a lot of the time, with zero warning, if you were to walk through a hallway, essentially, and you'd never played the game before, you would suddenly just have the cross weapon drop on top of your head, teleporting out of nowhere, thus replacing the sword that you had without any choice whatsoever or any way to recover it, and you would be forced to fight the next boss who was weak to the sword with the cross. It was situations like, and even then, even if you did let it appear before you walked under where it was supposed to appear, you then had to try to jump over it. And often the icon that you were able, that if you touched it, acquired the weapon for you, was almost as large as your character, making it extremely difficult to maneuver around. But often there was no other way to maneuver around it. So, and let's not forget about the ghost enemies that just kind of teleport out of freaking nowhere. It can only be destroyed by one weapon.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me just see if I got this straight. Basically, that stupid game gave you it has to give you a weapon with little to no warning, and at the most inconvenient time, or the most ridiculous time, and just
Note that it's also the most it is potentially the most ineffective weapon to use against the next boss as well that you're about to go fight.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay,
that is
yeah.
that is a flaw.
Yeah,
That is a flaw.
That's a flaw. Yeah, that's a very
But you
obvious
might
flaw.
not
Even
see
when you're
it.
no, you can see that when you're playing the game. That's
Yeah,
just
but
like
if it's all you have, you don't really think of it as a flaw because it's all there is. So, I mean, like, how can it be a flaw? Like, that's just game design for all you know. Then you go play other games and you realize, man, that's some shit. Like, that's kind of how it works.
okay, fair enough. But you were saying about the flaws in the Pokemon games.
Oh, okay,
Well,
so
you
yeah.
have like
Psychic type, for one. Massively overpowered
Okay, I'll
yeah,
give you that.
definitely.
in the first gen. I think the only thing they were weak to was maybe bugs.
Weren't
That
they
was it.
Yeah.
weren't they weak against ghosts actually?
Bug and Ghost. But
Bug and
take
Ghost.
into account that the only ghost types in the game were the Gengar line, and they're part poison, which
Yep.
is weak to psychic.
Yep. And not to mention all the bug types we're often weak to other moves that many psychic types could learn, or well, not really or, but and we're also very, very weak in almost all stats, except possibly speed. But speed
Well, they
means
were pretty
nothing.
weak.
Yep, speed means nothing if you get steamrolled your next turn. So, meanwhile, psychic types may not have always been the fastest, but often had extremely high special defense, which a lot of moves revolved around at that time.
Actually,
And
it was only special. Special
yeah,
attack and
special.
special attack defense did not
Yeah.
show up till, I think, 3rd gen. Don't quote me on that.
I actually want to say it was second,
Yeah.
because that's when the X specials started flying around.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
well, still. In the first game, they were both dissolved into special.
Yeah,
And
which
all-
meant that psychics had really high special defense and attack at the same time.
Yeah, and plus, continuing that, all the elements of a certain move were classified as special half the time. Makes sense for something like flamethrower, but how in the hell is fire punch a special move?
Yeah. I mean, you could argue it, but at the same time, if the move revolves around punching, it's not exactly something that you would deem as a special attack. As in, not
Depends
physical.
on how much damage it deals.
Not really, because if you're balancing it around the stats, you can't have it benefit from just one or the other depending on damage, because that would also automatically outbalance, or, unbalance things. So, basically
Fair.
the problem was that Psychic was just, blindingly overpowered. So, they could learn things like Fire Punch and have them do stupid amounts of damage in order to hit things that they were technically weak to and continue steamrolling through the competition. Also, the starter types were stupid. Not the starter types. The starting gyms that you fought against.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
different, because I was going to say, if you were bashing on Bulbasaur...
No. All 3 starters, in my opinion, of Gen 1 are pretty acceptable. I kind of like all 3.
Okay,
But-
then.
The starting gym types were stupid. You had Rock, which, God, why? Why?
Yeah, it's
why
like
Rock?
you choose water Pokemon, you steamroll right through it.
You choose Grass and you steamroll right through it. You also steamroll Misty. But
If you chose
Once you
fire,
start
God
getting into-
forbid.
And also Lieutenant Surge.
kind of Lieutenant Surge.
Grass has a resistance to grass.
You mean
Wanna-
electricity?
To
wanna
electricity.
rephrase that?
Wow, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just-
But it becomes a problem later down the line when you hit Koga or Sabrina, because
God, I hate those gyms.
Bulbasaur develops into Grass Poison. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course Blaine, dear Jesus Lord.
Well,
But you
by
fix-
that point, you should have at least a Lapras.
Yeah, hopefully. But by the time you get to but even then, Lapras is ice water, so you've still
But
got
the water cancels out the white ice weakness.
Yeah, but it still takes full damage rather than minimum. Which, unless you grind and grind and grind, But, that aside, you choose Squirtle, you steamroll over Brock, you do okay against Misty, but she's still kind of an unfair fight, as most of the gym leaders were. And then you run into problems with Surge, and then the Grass gym leader, and the list goes on. Only really topping out against Blaine again.
I got spoiled. I started with Pikachu.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Pikachu still kind of blows against Brock.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Steamroll's
Yeah, I
Mystic is
know.
okay against Surge, and is kind of okay through the rest of the game. You pick Charmander, and you have one hell of a time getting through Brock. Then you have to fight
it's
Misty.
not that bad if you level it up.
Yeah,
decently.
but unless you spend a lot of time grinding it out, walking back to the Poke Center tons and tons and tons of times. We didn't have running shoes then.
Yeah, that was
Well,
the
I will
annoying
say
part.
this. When you got to the remakes of Leaf Green and Fire Red,
Oh yeah, they were
Wait.
much better.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got those.
Charmander
games.
was a viable choice because it learns Metal Claw.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
But
that's,
in the
that's kinda
first
where
game, no.
Yeah. In my opinion, Black and White weren't good either. Too much. I quickly I played Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I tried to pick up both White and Black 1 and Black and White 2. But I couldn't really get into it. It wasn't the new Pokemon or anything. What bothered me is the fact that it seemed like all the trainers and all the gym leaders and even wild Pokemon somehow became so much stronger than you were. And it felt like gaining levels for your Pokemon became a huge chore. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna say I agree on it became a chore for leveling, but for me, it seemed like they were so much weaker. Like I'd train to a certain level for each gym.
yeah,
And
it was kind of more fair fights. They were kind of stronger, and it felt like they had more variety, but I would say that the overall like power that they usually had was on a more fair level, and you didn't have to grind as hard. And I think they did that because in the original Pokemon, it was just so flippin' easy to gain levels that it was.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, don't even get me started. It was really easy to gain levels in Gold and Silver. I never had a problem. I could
my
pick
level 99 Ariados speaks to that.
Yeah, I could pick up Totodile and have it by like level 70, 80-ish by the time I got to the Elite Four and just like tank every Elite Four member and Lance's entire Dragon team.
Yeah.
With one for Alligator. It was really, really, really easy. But the thing is like in Black and White, it felt like wild Pokemon just fighting them and also gaining experience from them became so much more of a chore. And that ruined it for me because I wanted to progress through the game. I didn't really care about going against other actual people. I just wanted to enjoy the adventure. But it felt like the adventure had partially become such a chore that I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this isn't fun. I unfortunately never got to pick up X and Y because it was for the 3DS, which I just haven't really found the interest to invest in. Not even with Majora's Mask Remake. Like, I know a lot of people may be like, gasp, but Majora's Mask. Yeah, well, guess what, kids? I played that game for probably over 200 hours when it actually came out. So, I did my time. Like, everybody else can have...
You say that like it was a sentence.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But everyone who's like so pumped about it, like, man, I emulate that crap all the time. Like, I replay it from time to time. But I put so many hours in that, I had at least 3 separate files where I had 100% completed the entire game. Every mask, every heart piece, everything.
Well, I know who will be doing Majora's Mask for this channel.
Oh my god, it would be the easiest thing ever. Like, I don't even need a walkthrough for that game to get every mask. Every heart piece, maybe to have a reminder here and there. But even then, I know how to complete the entire Bomber's Log, or journal, or whatever, and every mask without a walkthrough. Like, I know all the times and everything. Because I played that game so much as a kid. Like, it's great that people want to, like, relive it and replay it, but man, for literally 2 years of my life, that was my newest game. I had my fun. Everyone else can have theirs. Everyone else should enjoy the game, especially people who aren't like as old as I am and didn't enjoy the game at the time. But to the people who are so shocked that I'm not going to buy it, just please. I know more about that game than you ever could.
Kind of like how I know about Doom.
Yes.
Kind of how, like, you know about Doom in, like, Mario World, and I'm just like, I didn't know half of these exits existed. Like, you're like, oh, there's a back door to Bowser's Castle. I'm like, I never knew there was a door to Bowser's Castle.
This
Yeah.
is a back
Yeah.
door.
Crap, I just lost my line of thought.
It'll come back.
Oh, right. If you ever get a chance, I do recommend X and Y, Evan.
I've heard it's really good. The fact that you can actually finally customize your character's look is, like, super neato.
You can
yeah,
customize. There's a Pokemon game you can customize the characters in.
There's 2
Yep.
of them now.
Yep.
Oh my god!
No, I don't think they gave that feature in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
They did.
They did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did.
But basically, Claire, just so you know, you pick your hair color, I think, you pick your skin color, and throughout the game you'll find little clothing shops
Yep.
that change their wares every 3 days, give or take.
Mhm.
And you can
Yeah,
choose your costume from there.
Yep. I know for a fact that you can choose your look in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because I have seen people running around in the same outfit as the X and Y trainer in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
So,
I'll remember
That's
that.
really, really cool.
yeah.
Another
it's about
example of
time they
how the
added it.
original Pokemon games are so outdated.
Yeah. I mean, I love them, but
I
You know.
mean, what really got me back into because I dropped Pokemon after second generation. Like, I never really
Wimp.
had any. Now hear me out.
Well, I mean, unless it was like all you had and you were super dedicated, then I could see why.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that was me.
I never had any intention to pick up Pokemon again. You know, my brother picked up Emerald version for his Game Boy Advance, and my sister had Fire Red on her Game Boy Advance. And I was like, well, I mean, throughout my high school years, at least maybe two of them out of the four, um, my sister actually tasked me to train her Pokemon from the second generation. That's, the reason why, I
So
started
you got
loving the
stuck
second
with
generation.
Pokemon babysit duty.
Pretty much. It was like, okay, I can handle this. But then Pokemon X and Y, announced, released. I happened to get a copy of Pokemon Y on the 3DS by my brother, and played through the game. Had a great time with it.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's been pretty fabulous.
I mean,
Yeah, my only big complaint is that I don't like my girlfriend's Dende. Damn thing, I have to actually specifically lock a couple of Pokemon in just to counter the damn thing.
well, I mean,
Wait, what?
I
The
think
Dende
it's
is
pretty
this
much.
game's electric rat.
Oh, right. That
It's
thing,
also
yeah.
part fairy,
Yeah, the one that
Oh,
everybody
right, the
hates.
fairies.
and it
I remember the
also
shit
happens
storm.
to have a surefire
Well-
paralyzing hit move, which really screws me up. So I actually have to dedicate a poison type to counter the bloody thing.
Yeah,
So I don't have a
exactly.
good ground type yet.
Because poison,
that
counteracts
makes
steel.
two
loads of
fairy
sense.
types.
It does make loads of sense, actually.
And I know that because I was at the final battle of Pokemon X and Y. Not the final battle, but the champion battle anyway.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Grandivar. And, I was like, man, it was a big mistake bringing Beedrill as my team, as part of my team. He saved my fucking life with Poison Sting so much. I was like, I knew there was a
Yeah, I know
reason
that
I
too.
picked Beedrill. Beedrill's my homeboy.
Beedrill's awesome.
Your drill, the drill that wears the heavens.
And I'm always going to go for Furret.
To each their
I don't
own.
think I have a true favorite Pokemon.
If I have a favorite Pokemon, it's Gengar. All the way.
Well, the ghost Pokemons are just awesome in general, even if they've been making them more increasingly disturbing with their backstories at each generation.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
then
well.
there's fan art out there that makes them more
Ugh.
interesting.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Now that we're vastly off topic.
Yeah, we did.
Are you
44
surprised?
minutes in. And we've spent most of it talking about Pokemon. Only here at the S.O.L
Pokemans.
Gamers, everyone.
Welcome to our world. If you haven't figured it out by now, you haven't
We're
been
all
paying
insane.
attention.
But I'd actually like to shift it over to Kits here. What's your favorite playthrough?
Well, honestly, it would be my playthrough of Dust. It was my come out game. I thought I played it pretty damn well when I, not counting a few mishaps. Damn thorns.
Well, all things considered, I think you did well.
Likewise.
Yeah. And
That ending.
my favorite moment with it is getting Gary to cry over the ending twice.
Yeah.
I got them all. I got feels and emotions out of it when we watched it and commentated originally, and then Gary goes to upload it. I had titled the video "How to Make an S.O.Ler Cry," and he got curious and rewatched it and cried again.
Son of a bitch.
Really,
I'm
Gary?
sorry.
You fell for that?
Yes, I did. I rewatch
Ow.
our stuff. I rewatch our
know.
stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I
I
usually
Same.
rewatch the videos when they get posted.
I watch a couple of them when I have the time. Ugh.
Well, still, it was just that moment alone would have made it my favorite. Just getting Gary twice without even intending to.
Uh,
And plus, it did sort of set up my thing that I try and do challenges when I do these games.
yeah.
Hence the hard mode.
Yeah.
Hard mode.
Now,
All right. Does anyone else need to answer their favorite playthrough?
I think everybody's had a go.
I'd like to ask Claire what her favorite playthrough was.
Well, I already said my favorite was also Dust the Elysian Tale, but
Yeah.
that was for reasons kind of unrelated to the game itself.
Eh.
Uh,
Still.
and then of course, Claire only recorded one game from her end, and that's Splatterhouse. So,
Yep.
Right.
You want to know what? You want to know? Nobody asked me what my favorite playthrough is.
I thought you already
Fucker.
stated it.
I didn't.
Okay, then state it.
No, I never stated it. My favorite was actually Thousand Year Door.
Really, the long
Yeah.
haul.
Yeah, long haul. Well, because it was such a long haul, and it was also one of my it's also one of my favorite games. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Too bad
Yeah.
I ended up with the damn hard drive busted.
yeah, but still, like, it was fun, so it's not a big deal. We can either, I mean, is the footage is lost completely, right?
I have to take it to a professional company to see if I can
Okay,
get it
well,
recovered.
so there's a chance you can salvage it. All right. Well, even then, like, it was still good. Still liked it. Shame we like failed like right before the ending.
yeah.
Oh well. We'll get that one last ending part sometime. But still, one of my favorites.
Hopefully. I will fully admit I enjoyed showing off some things you guys didn't know were there,
Yeah.
or how to do
Yeah.
stuff, such
I'd
as
never done
use
the bit
the
of Honor Trials.
well, also like on the Ghost Island, where instead of using Vivian or them, I just turned sideways and walked to the spikes.
Yeah. I'm still baffled by that.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, I had never thought of that.
Well, so long as the way is works, so long as it works, either way is really fine. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
pretty much. Well, no, it's just like, because using Vivian, you have to go and stop and go and stop. And I think you probably do cross it faster, potentially. But at the same time, it's just the fact that it's like, when you never equate that as a solution, it's kind of really cool to see, that someone found another way, basically. I mean, that's kind of the whole part of video games, is seeing how people solve situations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that is half the appeal of a playthrough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially if it's in a group commentary, because it's like, oh, like Evan stated earlier, it's like, oh, there's another exit here, and Evan's like, well, I never fucking knew about this.
Pretty much.
which will get even more entertaining as we get along with the playthroughs.
Yep.
Especially as long as you go along recording and you discover something you didn't know about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of Zelda, maybe I'll do Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. They're relatively easy for me to complete.
Yeah, and I mean,
Have fun.
I'm pretty sure
Once you get
that
some
the
recordings.
well, I mean, the emulator should have a built-in recording software, but
Not even that. Shadowplay can do my desktop. Just that I need to
Shadowplay,
actually do some
yeah,
stuff. But actually running out of things to do here in a while. A game hasn't come out that I actually enjoy, so I'm starting to run low on material. And from what I can see, the next patches on World of Warcraft and Warframe, well, on World of Warcraft at least, so far, other than just like, LOL, here's a new raid for you guys to do, they haven't announced anything that actually would like develop the world or story too much. So
yeah.
You don't think they've gone as far as they can with it?
World of Warcraft? No, it's the first patch. Honestly, it's probably just a lot of brush ups and stuff that they've been doing.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is like it's not like when they added like the Timeless Isle during the last expansion. Like they gave us a whole new freaking island and like there was a new raid. Well, actually the raid had already come out. But they were adding like, just a whole new island, bosses to kill, exploring things to do, finding like cool trinkets and items, like you could fight the four celestial gods and whatever, like and kind of like one-on-one combat, like a duel, not like, kill them or anything.
Mm.
But, like they added stuff like that. This next patch, 6.1, is just like, as far as the patch notes have shown, all they're adding is kind of some minor stuff, brushing up on a few things that need to be fixed, adding like the ability to play some music around your little fortress thing, and they're just throwing in a new raid. There aren't any like new quests to do, nothing to really go explore. So yeah. And Warframe, as far as I know, said that 2015 they're just gonna spend their time basically polishing the game and fixing bugs that have been running rampant for a while.
So they're not going
You can
to.
kind,
Well,
you
at least
can
it's a
kind of
decent reason to
understand.
stop.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll probably continue adding content here and there, but I don't think they're going to drop as many, like, major content patches as they did last year, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to throw in a whole new system of melee combat, they're not going to throw in flying through space, or a quest system, or, like, any of that stuff, so now, instead, it's just, like, they're just going to focus on, like, pushing up and,
Nothing wrong
tweaking
with
things
that.
here and there. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just leaves me with a lot of nothing to do generally. So I think and since, Unity Assassin's Creed was a pretty big crash from what I heard.
Oh, is it that bad?
So bad that all the DLC that they've created, the one that the game came out with, as well as the one that they're releasing soon, either it has been released, or it was either just released or will be releasing soon, is free. It was that bad.
Wow, that's sad.
Which game?
Horrible.
Because
Unity.
the whole Assassin's Creed thing just looks so cool.
Yeah,
It-
Unity looked like it was
Assassin's
going to be
Creed 2
great.
is awesome.
Yeah, 2 is great. 3 was okay. 4, in my opinion, I hated it, honestly. Like, the free roaming exploration was great, but the story was absolute shit.
There was a
Um,
story.
There's a story.
Oh,
Like, the free roaming exploration is cool and all. It's great to, like, just, like, sail around and stuff and do whatever you want. But at the same time, like, when I actually went to complete the story, it was probably the most abysmal ending that I've experienced in an Assassin's Creed series.
abysmal
like-
in what
I felt like I
sense?
accomplished nothing.
Oh,
I felt like the whole thing could have resolved itself. And they're just like it didn't. Like, I felt like there was no pressure, no tension, no nothing. And then the ending
Yeah.
had no pressure, no tension, or anything either. So there wasn't any sense of relief or like, oh yay, you saved the day. It was just like, so that happened. Well,
yeah.
guess I'll go
that's-
get dinner.
That is a sucky way to end a game.
It wasn't really a bad ending, so to speak. It was just such a
Disappointment.
Yeah, it was just such a kind of nothing happened ending that it was like, oh, well, okay. Like,
I put all this time into this for
yeah,
what?
glad to know that nothing really happened. Like, I could have just not bought this game. Like, would not have been really enlightened. Because the first part was okay. It kind of like started tapering off middle way through. The ending, I kind of didn't like really feel like the story was being engaging at all, and then just the end was just like kind of just like a poof, and that was the end.
That really
Yep, it was
does
a downer.
suck.
And then Unity just crashed so hard the moment it released and fell on its face that they were just like, okay, like this is obviously clearly a lost cause. And so they just made all the DLC free because nobody was even going to pay for it. So that's
People are
the
gonna
beginning of
hate me for
2015.
this, but I still need to complete Assassin's Creed 2.
People won't hate you because at this point it's kind of old-ish, but compared to even 3, the movement is a bit clunky. But it's definitely worth it. The story and most of the stuff
Well,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And
Do
you
you ever
get to beat
get
the crap out of the Pope.
Yep. If you ever get if you ever get Brotherhood, don't bother trying to do like the 100% completement missions. They're all bullshit.
Gotcha.
Every last one of them.
I'll keep
Because
that
they
in
want you to
mind.
do stuff that's nigh impossible to pull off with any sort of efficiency because of how clunky the controls still are sometimes.
Yeah.
So it got easier in 3, and 4 was expertly done.
Yeah, but I'm kind of
But
just
2 is
beating myself over because it's like, I mean, I picked up and played Assassin's Creed 2, and I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yep.
But then it's like, things got in the way, and I got too busy, and all that jazz.
Yeah. I got you. But anyway, that's my story. So I'll probably be doing a recording here too soon. Maybe I'll actually finish up Shovel Knight.
Ye.
Get
Yeah,
Risk of
we're still
Rain
waiting
settled.
on that, huh?
Yeah, it started, but then like it was going so horribly that I kind of scrapped it. So
Was wondering what was taking so long.
yeah, the first one actually didn't record in any actual real like 480p or 720p or anything. It was
So
in this
no
I know how
usable
that
format.
feels.
Not a real
Considering my
usable
dust
format.
commentary the second
Yeah.
time I tried to record it had no sound.
without having it be scrunched by YouTube, and I didn't want that happening. So I had to re-record like an hour and a half worth of footage, in an actual format. And then the second hour and a half or 2 that hour and a half or 2 hours that I tried to do, ended up having to like, I just kept messing up so much that it got to the point where I just got irritated and was like, you know what, I'll just like come back to this some other time and just wipe it clean and start over.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
So.
I'm going through that with Freedom Planet at the moment before I record it for this channel.
Yeah, I definitely had that problem with with some of my current playthroughs that I'm trying to get through. I'm gonna have to restart Arkham Asylum because, oh god, the stupid freaking Azel.
Giving trouble.
It
Well,
for some reason on this computer, the one I'm speaking to and talking to you guys on, it doesn't like recording for longer than, oh god, what was its limit? 10 minutes?
Really?
bummer.
In
Wow.
sync. In sync.
That's
So
Well-
it's like when I first started it, it was perfectly fine. Now I kind of if I use this computer and forget about that problem, I glance at it after half an hour, which is kind of reasonable in between glancings for Arkham Asylum, and I realized that it has dropped about 5,000 frames.
wow.
Wow.
Ow!
That's
Yeah.
So
not
it's like,
weirdest.
fuck you!
I mean,
And I have to start the whole thing all over again.
yeah, every time I record for my channel, when I record for my console, I always glance over, how much frames, drop. And, by maximum, 7. The minimum is 5. So, I mean,
Well, the five drops immediately off
Yeah.
my dazzle,
Yeah.
like initially, so I
Same.
don't worry so much about that. But it's when I'm in the middle of like cutscenes, important things. It's like, go to hell, you stupid retarded
yeah,
piece
I
of crap.
definitely, I definitely noticed that when I was recording the last part of Star Fox Adventures on my channel, that the frames dropped a lot, at the end of the game, at the ending cutscene. I was like, wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we've kind of informally
Granted.
announced what the projects are and all that,
I haven't yet.
oh, okay. Well, what's yours? Are you going to share yours or?
Well, I might as well. Currently, I am recording Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, that's right, that's right.
Yep.
Basically, I had set these games up to be after I got done with the project I had on my hard drive, and since that's gone, I started recording.
Yeah, I got you.
And of
After
course,
that,
go on ahead.
it'll be Mad World, and I have one game after that I need my girlfriend since it's really hard to beat single player.
Ah.
And
Okay.
I'll
Is it that
substitute for
game that
the
she's gonna be?
Sunshine
Yeah,
playthrough
she
that I
gonna be
lost to
joining
being
us?
co-opted.
She's gonna be
She
joining us for
should.
that.
Well,
She
yeah, I
should,
mean,
since
she
she'll be helping me
played.
beat the game.
Yay!
Well, yeah.
I can't wait to drag another girl into the group.
Yeah, you're the only girl in the group. There's 4 guys here.
Yeah, she's the
Uh,
one that does the drawings, can do whatever the heck she wants to us in those drawings.
Yes. So I guess that gives her an advantage. Um, but yeah, Claire has her playthrough uploaded, and we'll be doing a commentary on that next week.
No telling everybody what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I want this to be a surprise.
All right. But yeah. So that'll be next week. We'll be recording commentary for that, and then of course staying from my
God
end.
only knows when that'll actually go up.
Yeah. Um, after that commentary, Conker's Bad Fur Day will be ready to go. After that.
Aren't you looking forward to that, kids?
No.
it's gonna be so much fun.
You guys just want to torture me with this damn game.
Yes.
Have to ask.
And then of course, I'm working on Freedom Planet, so I wanna.
And
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
this.
I'll be right back real quick, guys.
Okay.
All right.
I'm being called for over on this end.
Alrighty.
Well,
What was your
if you-
least favorite playthrough, Evan? I don't think you got around to stating what your least
Same.
favorite playthrough was.
We don't need to talk about.
Yeah, we know.
It's the worst game ever.
No, it's not the worst game ever. You know what the worst game ever is?
Huh?
You know what the literal worst game ever is?
What?
I think
Sonic
it's
AX?
called no. I think it's called what is it? Like the airline, the pilot? I think it's called the pilot.
I think I know
Pretty
what
sure
game
it's
you're
called the
talking
Pilot.
about.
The one on Steam that's literally like the worst fucking thing ever, and you're on an airplane. It's like the most disgusting game ever,
What's
and
going
makes you
on?
know. Oh my god!
What are you?
Just go on YouTube and Google this. Like this is for everyone who's not heard of this somehow. The ship. It's called the ship. I think. No, is it the ship? I think it's the ship.
Figure it out.
I think it's called the ship. Maybe. I don't remember. It is potentially one of the worst games I've ever seen. Ever. And apparently I'm also in the Evolved closed beta.
Yeah, I
How
am
the hell
too. I
Okay,
may.
however that worked.
Yeah, I may just download that just to check it out.
Yeah, I probably won't. I might, but it's apparently got a lot of DLC announced for it, like $15 a character. LOL, fuck that. But anyway, all that digression aside, yeah, that is probably literally one of the worst games ever. You know what a game that I would like to record though is?
Huh?
Octodad.
Uh,
The
you don't have it
Dadliest
on your
Cat.
Steam account, do you?
Maggie does though. My sister.
Yeah.
My sister's got it.
I'm pretty
So I
sure
could
that you
technically
can
play it through
convince. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
She's got rights to mine, so
Okay.
shouldn't be a problem.
So I take it that Octodad is a really good game then.
Oh my god, it's not that it's like really good, it's just that it's like the controls are okay, the like, making coffee is probably the hardest thing you'll ever do on that game, honestly. For like legitimate reasons that make it funny, and it's also just hysterical. It's
Is it
also
like
just,
that? Is it like that surgeon game?
oh my gosh, no, it's
Okay, I'm back.
you are an octopus that is literally a dad. He is a dad.
Are
An
you talking about
octopus,
Octodad?
Octodad, yes. Octodad, the octopus that is married to a human and has human children as a family, and he has to go through his life attempting to be as human as possible, so that no one will suspect anything.
Hell, they don't suspect anything. Just proves how stupid the humans in that world are.
Octodad. Nobody suspects a thing. Part of the theme song.
Right there.
You're welcome. Anyway, I declare. Well, Claire just left, didn't she? We
Wait,
have
what?
been declared. Claire left. We have
Okay,
been declared.
okay, that was bad.
I just caught on to that.
I don't know why I never thought of that earlier. I'm gonna say that every time she like disconnects now from something. I mean, like we have been declared. It's okay.
So what did I
It's,
miss while I stepped away?
it's okay. It's okay, Klitsune. You'll get your time.
God damn it.
That aside, we probably should wrap this up. It's been a good amount of time now, like an hour and 40 minutes or something, I think.
Well, I haven't even said my least favorite game, which is why I
Oh,
was
well,
asking.
Go
Well,
on
then what's
ahead.
your least favorite game?
Well, at the moment, it's a toss-up between Thousand Year Door and Ratchet and Clank.
Uh-huh.
Thousand Year Door because of the obviousness of that I can't complete it at the moment. I put all that effort into it, and my hard drive busted.
Yeah, that's
And I can't even re-record it because I had borrowed the game from Gary.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
he'd be willing to lend you it again, but
And in Ratchet and Clank, it just brought to view how much I had to learn with editing.
huh.
I mean,
The amount of times I spent falling on that damn metal duct or whatever it was on the Blargian homeworld.
I happen to love it because you made a reference from Looney Tunes that really got to me. Where's the earth-shattering kaboom?
Yes. My favorite part of that entire thing. Killing Gary with Marvin the Martian.
Well, it's not that easy to kill me to begin. It's easy to kill me to begin with, to begin with in terms of, humor. If you know how to press the right buttons.
Yeah, well, the fact that I had all of you doing the whole, wait, is something wrong? And then, there it is.
Yeah.
Back.
Okay, because of that, Thousand Year Door is a little lower, so I will say lower. Thousand Year Door is my least favorite game I've played so far.
Gotcha. Well,
Well, it has been one heck of
About-
a year.
oh, yeah.
It's been one heck of a year when, commentating on video games such as this, and we gotta get around to getting together and play an online game again. Because I had a blast with Cards Against Humanity.
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever I'm not
That's
doing
always
something
entertaining.
else. Anyway, I guess that wraps it up for now then.
Yeah.
I don't have
Most
anything else to
part.
talk about other than I hope we continue going for another year.
You acquired a new
No,
weapon, 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. We still have a lot of content to show off, and since, I figured out how to render 720p and upload it.
Yeah,
HD
it's about time.
goodness. Yeah, seriously.
About time.
It's been 4
Been
years.
bugging you about that for ages.
Yeah.
Ages.
Yeah. I just started doing that with Back to the
Ha ha
Future on
ha.
my channel. So
Just got it. To make videos this good, it takes ages.
ha ha ha. Eh.
Yep, yep, yep. Hilarious. I'm good. Alright. I think that's a great pun to sign off with. And by great, I mean absolutely horrendous.
But
So, about norm for this channel.
What?
So, about the norm for the channel?
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to another great year, especially since we have Drazar with us, newest
Yeah.
commentator. He's gonna bring more flavor into the commentary like he did with Shantae's Risky's Revenge.
True that.
But
Oh.
with that said, I'm
yeah,
the Blue Hedgehog
my name
2010.
and my name is Evan.
Pie 222.
And Moonlight Kitsune.
And here we hope we have another great year for the SOL gamers. Y'all take care.
Have a
Thank you for
happy
your support.
2015.
Yeah. And
Wait,
as always.
wait for this time next year when we drag in yet another slave.
Hey.
I don't know about that. I think
I'm
5
kidding.
members is enough.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not counting the occasional guest commentator.
Yeah,
Well, yes, of course.
definitely.
Well, with that.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, happy gaming.
Have fun all.
Bye.
Cut the video.